A proper noun. How do we know it's a proper noun? What are proper nouns?
Names, days, places, or holidays are all proper nouns. If you name it, you must capitalize it.
Good idea. Yeah, so it is the name of something. So we capitalized it. All right. Are you guys ready to share some things you already know? All right, what do you got?
It crashed because if it gets very far and it goes to very cold places, there's probably an iceberg in it. Probably heard it.
Okay, so where are we going to write it?
It crashed.
Crashed, okay?
Crashed.
Good. Oh, it crashed because of an iceberg. Got it. It crashed because of an iceberg. Crashed because of an iceberg. What else, Kinsley? Give me your...
That it was built a long time ago.
It was built a long time ago. It was built a long time ago. Awesome. Okay. Braylon?
It's the biggest boat when it was built.
It was the biggest boat when it was built. Biggest boat when it was built. Awesome.
Or something.
Okay, hold on to that thought. Okay. Taylor?
I agree with Braylon.
Oh, cool. So you had that same fact in your head? Awesome. Way to go, guys. Yes, sir.
It was taller than the Statue of Liberty.
It was taller. So, like, if you were just standing up straight, it was taller? Okay. It was taller than the Statue of Liberty. These are some interesting things you already know. It was taller than the Statue of Liberty. It was taller than the Statue of Liberty. All right, you guys good with what we know about it already? Perfect. So now we're going to move on to wonder. Perfect. So I'm going to give you guys a Post-it. I want you guys to write your name at the top and then write down any questions you have about the Titanic. Now, what are some keywords we could use when we're writing questions before we move on? What are some keywords we use when we write questions?
Details and captions.
Well, we know that we look for details and captions in text. I'm asking, what are some keywords that we start questions with? Think about those text evidence practices we do.
Capital letters.
We definitely start our sentence with capital letters. I'm going to give you a clue. What if I do who? What are some
Who,
other...
what, when, where, how.
Yes, who? What is a clue word? Who, what, when,
When. And how. Where.
when, where,
And how.
and where, how. I've got one more I'm thinking of. Who, what, when, where,
Why?
why. Good job. So these are all words that we could use to start our questions so that we know we're going to be on track, and it can give us some idea about how to go on to research. You guys ready to write your questions? All right, go ahead and be thinking about them. Put them in your brain so that you're ready.
I've been thinking about it and I already know it.
All right, Braylon. Would you like a green or pink or yellow? Green. Okay. I know your favorite color, so I went ahead and pulled it out. Taylor, what's your favorite? Do you want pink? Okay. Caleb?
Yellow.
All right.
Mason's favorite color is yellow.
Oh, there you go. Make sure you put your name at the top. And Julian, what do you want?
I think I want yellow.
Yellow. All right. Go ahead and write your name at the top. I'm going to give you a minute or two to write down any questions you have. Remember, you can use these clue words keywords to start writing your questions, okay? Put it down on the table and write your questions about the Titanic. What do you want to learn about the Titanic? What do you wonder?
I know.
Go ahead and write it down. You don't have to tell me.
Do you have to use those
You don't have to use those.
if you don't want to?
No, you don't have to. They're just for to help. Good job.
Oh, I already have the keyword.
Awesome. All right, Julian. You want to talk to me about some questions? You seem like you're having a little bit of writer's block. What are you thinking? Well, we've learned about lots of other things in history, right? What are some interesting things that you've learned about that? Maybe we can try to change those things into a question about the Titanic. Okay, yep, you did know that. Hold on to your question so we can share with everybody, okay?
I think I have a question.
Okay, what is it?
How tall was it if it was is it taller?
How tall was it?
Is it taller than a school?
Okay, write that. Was it taller than a school? Okay, now remember our wonders are all going to be questions. So make sure your complete sentence has the appropriate punctuation mark. Make sure you have the appropriate punctuation mark. Good job. Or you can have more than one question if you like. Up to you.
I have one question.
Well, good.
It's a good one too. I don't have no more answers but only one.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Totally fine.
I forgot the H's.
Oh, I love that you went listening for the sounds. Caleb, I want you to check the punctuation on your sentence. What punctuation should go there, Caleb? What is your sentence doing? Awesome. Good work. Are you guys ready to share? Way to go, Caleb. Love it. Okay, guys. If you want to hand me those pencils, I'll get those out of your way. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to let you guys share your questions. If you have the same question as somebody else, you can just say, I agree. That's a good question. And we'll make sure everybody gets their questions answered. You guys ready? Who would like to start? Do you mind if Taylor starts? All right, Taylor, go ahead.
How did they build the stairs in one day?
How did they build the stairs in one day? All right, we'll put that here. Kinsley?
When was the Titanic built? Where was the Titanic?
Okay, so when and where was it built? Great questions. Caleb, you would like to go next?
What year? What year was it made?
Oh, so you guys had the same question. Great minds think alike. I love that. All right, Braylon.
Who was steering the boat? How tall was the Titanic?
Awesome. Oh, I think I noticed something. Go ahead, Julian.
Was it taller than a school?
Oh, so your questions kind of are the same as well. You guys are all thinking the same thing today. I love that. All right, guys. So after we've asked these questions, anybody have any other questions they'd like to add to the group? No? Anybody? You don't have to. Just if you have any more questions after we've already asked these.
I'm thinking of
What?
I need
Okay. Well, I will keep a notepad, and as we read and research, we can add questions. Caleb?
how much people can fit in the Titanic?
How many people could fit? Okay, Kinsley?
I agree.
Awesome. Did you have one, Julian? What?
Was it like bigger than a skyscraper?
Oh, that's a really interesting question. I think we're going to be doing a lot of research about the size, and it sounds like that's something you're really interested in. We'll make sure we answer that in your research. Yes. It's okay. Kinsley?
How many days did it take for them to build the Titanic?
How many days did it take? All right, guys, we are going to take these 3 questions, and then we are going to move on. Did it take to build? Okay, Braylon? You agree that you had the same question? All right, Taylor?
Why did they think of getting a GPS before they sailed?
Oh, why didn't they have a GPS before they sailed? That's a good question. Okay, and Caleb?
Is it bigger than like a skyscraper?
They use a GPS. Who else did ask that question? Julian asked that question too. Great minds think alike. Why didn't they use a GPS? Miss Teese always has to use a GPS. Okay. All right, so here are some questions. Again, I will add more as we go through our research, but I just want to make sure we have all of these here. All right, guys, now we are going to be looking really quickly at the resources we have available. So here we go. I have these 4 resources, and I want to talk really quickly about how they're the same. How are these resources the same? They're all what? Talk to your friends.
They're all about the Titanic, but some of them are fiction, but one's real.
Oh, okay. So if I were going to ask you to choose a resource to research, which resource would you choose? Talk to your friends and decide.
I'll choose scholastic news. I would choose.
To research facts.
I would maybe choose.
Julian, talk to your friends. What do you think?
I think scholastic news. Maybe.
Julian, what do you think?
Yeah, I would think. How about I survive?
You thought that I survived? Okay, I noticed that 2 of these were talked about, okay, but these weren't. Can you guys tell me why we didn't decide these 2 were good options, Kinsley?
These 2 people aren't real.
Those aren't real. Now, we've read some Magic Treehouse books, right? This is a special kind of text. It's called a what? Historical fiction. That's right. It's about something that really happened, but it has fictional people. That's right.
About fiction, but they're talking about the Titanic.
How did you know this one was fictional?
Because it says written by.
Illustrated by. So it has drawings. Very good. It has pictures.
If it would look real, you never know.
Okay.
It would have no pictures.
Right.
Words.
Photographs, right? All right, so we are going to be reading these 2 texts. We're going to be reading this one in our literature circles and this one in our independent reading center. So we will get to read about these, but you're right. We wouldn't choose that to research. Now, we had 2 options that might have been chosen. Check this out. One of my friends chose I Survived, the sinking of the Titanic, 1912, and lots of you chose the Scholastic News. Can we decide why we wouldn't choose this one or why we would choose this one?
I would choose this one because it has facts on the back.
It has facts?
This one has a table card. You can look inside of it.
To see some clues?
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on just a second, Julian. We said to look inside of it and see some clues. Does anybody see any clue on this page why we wouldn't use it? Chapter 1. What does that tell you?
That's a fiction book.
It's a fictional book, right? All right, I'm going to take this one and sit over to the side. We are going to be reading this one also in our small group. But you're right. This is the text that we would use to research. Now, I'm going to give you, everybody, one. I want you to open it up, and I want you to tell me what clues you see inside of it, that this is a text we would use to find facts. What do we call a text we would use to find facts?
Nonfiction.
Nonfiction. So I want you to open it up and talk to your friends. Tell them what clues you see that it is nonfiction. Here you go, Julian. I'm going to open mine up too. What clues do we see that it's nonfiction? What do you see, Taylor?
I see a Titanic treasure room.
Okay, she sees the title of this specific article. What else do we see that's a clue that it's nonfiction? Julian? Realistic photographs. What else?
It shows where the Titanic.
It has, but what is that text feature called? Yes. What do you see that it's nonfiction? How do you know? Before you even read it, how do you know it's nonfiction? Words to know. What is that like? A glossary. Does anybody else see any other nonfiction text features? Yes, ma'am.
It's a caption.
We got a caption up here with this photograph. What else? Another caption. You're right. Does anybody else see any other ones inside this text?
There's a few things missing.
What? What do you see?
Bolded
Bolded words. We see some bolded words. Flip over to the back. What do you guys see on the back here about the Titanic? We got some questions that we could answer. And what else do we see?
A map.
A map. And it's got important dates on it, doesn't it?